one for you.
I know that. I know that face.
You. That's you. 2016?
Test.
How are you? Mazel tov to all of you. You're welcome. My grandson's high school birthday. 9 months this week. Oh, he's the 21st. 19th? Is today the 19th? Yeah, so they were born 2 days apart. August 21st.
Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Once more. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
For your information, that is called the Schmacksnigun. Why, Cantor Siegel?
I don't remember. There was a
Shabbat
reason.
to the maximum.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So
Right.
thank you.
Shannon and Max got
Shannon
married.
and Max got married.
And
okay.
it was
and
for them.
They wrote the Nigun. So Shabbat Shalom, everybody. This is our annual Shabbat Siyum, which means the Sabbath of completion. So this is when we honor our 12th graders who are graduating from high school, many of whom have been with us since they were in their strollers, since they were in preschool. And we also welcome our new Beshti board on board. We are also celebrating Sophia Shore's bat mitzvah this Shabbat. And so we are beginning a new section of Torah this Shabbat, the fourth book of Torah, Bamidbar. And just as we begin this new chapter here on this Shabbat, so many of our graduating seniors begin this next chapter in their lives, and that is what we are celebrating. We're going to invite all of you to turn to page 2 in your prayer books as we invite Sophia and her family forward for the kindling of the Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
As this Shabbat candle gives light to all who behold them, so may we, oh my God, here it starts, by our lives give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Amen. And we turn to page 4 for the opening of the Kiddush.
Vehi erev, vehi voker yom hashishi. And there was evening and there was morning the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that had gone, that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotah v'tzivanu v'ratzavanu u'shuva kodsho behova uvratzo hinhilanu zikaron lema'atzeh bereshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra kodesh zeher letzi mitzrayim
Kivanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Mazel tov. And as they take a sip from the sweetness of the wine, we are going to turn to page 9.
You guys can be seated whenever you're done.
And we will pray these words responsively on page 9. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure for what we do not gain. Your turn. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. Together, so we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. And we turn together to page 20 for the singing of the Chadodi, Come, My Beloved. And we are going to sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And on the final verse, we rise and turn to the entrance of the sanctuary to greet the Sabbath bride. Hay, ay, ay, Chadodi, ay, 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 likrat kala, ay, 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 penei Shabbat, ay, 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 nikabela, ay, 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 lechadodi, ay, 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 likrat kala, ay, 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 penei Shabbat, ay, 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 nikabela, shamor v'zachor v'dibor v'echad, ishmi'anu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'letfilah, ay, 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 lechadodi, ay, 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 likrat kala, ay, 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 penei Shabbat, ay, 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 nikabela, likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki hi mikor ha'bracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, so ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila with me, ay, 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 lechadodi, ay, 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 likrat kala, ay, 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 penei Shabbat, ay, 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 nikabela, itzoreri, kiva orech, umiori, uri, shidaveri, kivod Adonai, alayek nigla, ay, 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 lechadodi, ay, 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 likrat kala, ay, 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 penei Shabbat, ay, 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 nikabela.
שלום עטרת בלה, דם בשמחה ובצהלה. אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, איי 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 תקבלה, איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, איי 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 תקבלה.
We remain standing. I just want to tell everybody this side of the sanctuary is feeling a little left out. So any of you who are coming in, please come on over here. We are going to remain standing for the Baruch Hu on page 28, our call to worship.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed, Le'olam Va'ed. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai.
We continue in the middle of page 31, together in the English, and we dedicate this prayer to our graduating seniors. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Haravim.
As we turn to pages 34 and 35 for the words of the Shema, I opened our service by talking about this being the opening of a new chapter, a new book of our Torah by Bamidbar. In English, it's known as Numbers because it opens with a census where the Israelites are counted. And the majesty of God is that each one of us is created in that image, and yet each one of us is utterly and fantastically unique. And yet we are all imprinted with the same God. We think about the connection we all share as we chant these words of Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבביך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אלוהים מצווה היום על לבביך, ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך ובביתך ובלבתך בדרך ובשופך ובקומך, ושרתם לעוד על ידיך, והיו לתוקפו בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם לקדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיהם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיהם.
We continue on page 40 for our prayer for the sense of freedom and liberation that the Israelites felt standing on the shores of the sea. We continue on page 46 with our standing prayer, our central prayer. We will pray the first two prayers together, and then we'll have a moment of silence for private meditation. Ask you to rise.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Velohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, lema'an shemo be'ahava. Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen. Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav leHoshia, Morid HaTal, Mechalkel Chayim bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech holim, Umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, lishenei afar, bichamocha baal gevurot, umidom elach, melech memid, umechayeh, umatmiach Yeshua, v'nemanat al hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai bechayei hakol. Atah kadosh b'shimcha kadosh, ukadoshim b'chol yom yahalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Page 62.
Yehiyu l'ratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzori v'goali Adonai tzori v'goali. May the words of my mouth, and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Yehiyu l'ratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzori v'goali Adonai tzori v'goali.
We now take a moment to think about those in our community who need a bit of healing, of mind, of body, or of spirit. So as I will recite an initial blessing, and my hand will go about the room, as it passes you, if there's someone that you're keeping in your heart or in your mind, I invite you to share that name aloud so that we may all pray for those people together as community. ויהי רצון מלפניך לתת לרפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף ל. May it be your will to grant a swift and full healing of body and soul too. Baruch ata Adonai rofeh hacholim. Together we say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. This is arguably my favorite Shabbat of the year. This is the Shabbat that I get to kvel, which in Yiddish means to gush with pride, over my amazing teens that I get to work with all year long. We have so many amazing programs and fellowships and youth group events galore in which these students partake. And it thrills and excites me to see how engaged our youth are in the teen programs here at Temple. I first would like to honor our seniors. Each of you will receive a mezuzah to hang in your next place of residence. And if you send me the address, we will actually send you the scroll, the cloth that belongs inside the mezuzah as well. I also would just like to take a moment to say a special thank you to our parents in our community. All of you are so important because you have ensured our future of Judaism by instilling Jewish values in your children. And we thank you for having them here and for instilling those values and for allowing them to spend so much time here at Temple Beth Shalom. I personally thank you. And it is my honor to recognize our seniors this evening. We have a few special awards that I would like to recognize the students for. First, I call to the bima Sage Orovitz. Sage is a senior who has led our Madrachol this year. That means our teen leaders, that she is a teen leader who has worked with Seth and the rest of the teen leaders to create and plan events for our kindergarten through fifth graders, from spending her Saturdays with us to helping a huge amount on our retreat, on our mini Beshti retreat just a few weeks ago, to designing the logo for our Maccabiyah, our color war. This Sage has gone above and beyond in her commitment to our young ones and has been a great role model along the way. Sage, thank you for all you've done, and it's my honor to present to you the Betzalel Award for excellence in creativity and mentorship at Temple Beth Shalom. And I'm now honored to call up Katie Tandy. Katie, you spend your time volunteering in the community and at Temple Beth Shalom. It's so important to you that you spend your time doing so, reading books to young children, and you've committed an entire weekend volunteering with us to Give Kids the World, a village that honors and hosts families from gift-granting organizations and makes them feel special and loved during your stay, and you did just that. Thank you for all of the good work you do. It's so important to us at Temple and to the community and to the world at large. And it's my honor to present to you the Spotlight Volunteer Award. And now I will be presenting the Rabbi Leon Kronish Awards. The Rabbi Leon Kronish Award for Outstanding Leadership is named for Temple Beth Shalom's founding senior rabbi and given to a few exceptional high school seniors each year. The award recognizes seniors who have gone above and beyond in their service to the Temple Beth Shalom community and exemplify qualities we most cherish in youth leaders. Every single one of you seniors has a special place in my heart. Every one of you has contributed to and been engaged with Temple Beth Shalom in a profound way. For the honor of the Leon Kronish Award in 2023-5783, we have chosen the following students, all of whom have been committed youth leaders throughout their experiences at Temple in a rich variety of Temple Beth Shalom programs, educational opportunities, trips, and community building initiatives, including the 2-year fellowship, and have demonstrated outstanding leadership among their peers. I'm going to call them up to the front so that they can be ready here. This year's Rabbi Leon Kronish Awards go to Adriana Bustle Alonso, Noah Cohen, Grant Rotbart. And we have two who are not here yet. We have Sarah Schulman. She will be joining us distance, actually, and Maxwell Weisenfeld. This is a special group to me personally, as when I arrived, you were all ninth graders. You were all just beginning high school, and here you are at the end of it, graduating and on to just such amazing things. We spent countless hours on Zoom through your pandemic confirmation year. And this year, we took an amazing trip to the South where we got to really get to know each other and had amazing learning and eye-opening, and I would imagine, for me anyway, life-changing experiences. And I so appreciate our time together and your commitment to Temple Beth Shalom. You have demonstrated qualities of compassion, justice, commitment, leadership, reliability, passion, teaching, understanding, role modeling, and extraordinary volunteerism that brings others along with you. And it's clear how much you prioritize your temple experiences and community. Your dedication and passion for Judaism and your Temple Beth Shalom family have been such a blessing to all of us who know you. Thank you for all you do, and we hope that these experiences will guide you in the future. And I will call up the award recipients who will each get a chance to share a bit about their experiences here at Temple Beth Shalom. We're going to begin with Adriana Bustle-Alonso.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and thank you for joining my friends and I for the Shabbat Siyum. I'm very excited and honored to be sharing some remarks with you tonight. Earlier today, I graduated from high school, so it is only fitting that my temple graduation was scheduled on the same day. Graduating from high school means saying goodbye and moving forward to focus on the future that lies ahead. However, it is not the case with Temple Beth Shalom, because you can't say goodbye to Temple Beth Shalom. Temple Beth Shalom has been a part of my life since before I was born. My family history and the temple's history are greatly intertwined. My grandmother, Ann Bussell, and her brother, Morris Broad, recruited their family to join the temple in 1943. They were one of the first Beth Shalom families, and today I'm proud to represent the 5th generation of the Broad and Bussell family legacy here at the temple. My journey at temple first began in 2010 when a 5-year-old Adriana was forced to go to Saturday school with her sister in exchange for donuts or bagels from our father. Every Saturday morning, I complained about having to go to school on the weekends. But once I got to temple, I truly had an amazing time. We would sing and dance along to Jewish songs, paint and play with clay, and even bake challahs with chocolate chips. Along with these activities, we all participated in the Shabbat service, where we were first introduced to Jewish prayers through song and melody. The best part of the service was on the days where Rabbi Pomerantz passed by and joined us. Using her sweet voice, Rabbi would entrance us by narrating Jewish stories in the most beautiful way, some that I still carry with me today. My favorite prayer has always been the Shema, because when Rabbi Pomerantz came one day, she explained the prayer to us like so. Shh, ah. The way I interpreted it was shh for silence, for reflection, and ah for ideas and action. The meaning of the prayers can get lost in translation if one doesn't speak Hebrew. So the way that she expressed this prayer to us without words made an impression in me that I still think about each time I recite the Shema. As I got older, I continued going to temple, and instead of Saturday school, I began preparing for my bat mitzvah. The process of my bat mitzvah was definitely stressful for me, since I was a perfectionist trying to pronounce every Hebrew word correctly. However, on the day of my bat mitzvah, I forgot all the stressors and had fun, because I realized that I don't need to prove myself to anyone. Everyone in the audience was there to support me. And although I don't know personally all of you, I still feel the same way tonight. After my bat mitzvah, I was no longer obligated by my family to go to temple. But that did not matter anymore because I enjoyed going to temple, so I decided to join the 9th grade confirmation and then the 10th grade confirmation with Rabbi Leuben. Through these meetings, mostly over Zoom, I deepened my religious connection. The cool aspect about Reform Judaism is that you can mold it to your liking. In my experience, it does not take over your life, but it does serve as a guide. I like believing in God and a higher power while others prefer not to, but that doesn't impede anyone from participating in Judaism. I know people that like to study Torah scripture, or rather learn how Judaism has evolved in modern day. Whichever way you choose to get involved, I believe that it will be beneficial. This past year, I've participated in the Social Justice Fellowship at Temple. It was a hard decision between the Justice League and the Israel Fellows, but I felt like the Justice League encapsulated my passion for community service and Jewish morals. Through the fellowship, I was able to travel throughout the South, learning about social injustice in our country's history. I'll remember that trip and the incredible people I met that broadened my horizons and perspectives. Most recently, I joined the Temple Beth Shalom Bus 7, on the Greater Miami Jewish Federation's 75th anniversary celebratory trip in Israel. It was only right for my first time in Israel to be connected to the temple. As the youngest on the bus and the trip overall, I felt like a sponge soaking up every little tidbit and meaningful story shared. I was especially happy to share this experience with the amazing people I got to know and develop friendships with, many of whom are here to support me tonight. I'm excited to continue my Jewish journey at Tufts and in my future endeavors, but I especially look forward to coming back to Temple and spending time with these people that have shaped me and my life. Thank you.
And next, we will hear from Noah Cohen.
Shabbat Shalom. 16 years ago, I waddled through the doors of Temple Beth Shalom as a 2-year-old for the first time. Little did I know that this place, this amazing temple community, would become my home for the next 2 decades. Temple Beth Shalom has always acted as my second home, a warm and comforting place for me to express my creativity, nurture my interests, and explore my connection to Judaism. As a child, each day at Temple Beth Shalom was a new adventure. I still have vivid memories of my years at foundation school with song-filled Tot Shabbat with Mr. Baranek and the legendary snow days, which, in retrospect, was just a pile of ice, but to a 3-year-old Noah, it was like I was climbing the snowy peaks of Everest. Experiences and opportunities such as these show the incredible effort that Temple Beth Shalom always puts forth to make people, particularly its younger members, feel special and at home. As time moved forward, my interests began to grow. Given that one of TBS's core tenets is giving back to the less fortunate, it was through the temple that I first discovered my passion for community service. As a 5-year-old, I remember packing hundreds of treats with my brother for homeless shelters through Project Mazon. And as soon as I was old enough, I began participating in the annual Mitzvah Day project, cleaning beaches and parks, spending time with children with disabilities, and so much more. It felt so rewarding to apply the Jewish principles of Tikkun Olam that I had learned here at Temple to actually help my community. However, nothing could compare to what came next. As I completed confirmation in 10th grade, I became aware of a new teenage program called the Social Justice Fellowship. It was exactly what I was looking for. The fellowship perfectly encapsulated and combined my passions for community service, social justice, and Judaism. Led by our amazing rabbis, I quickly fell in love with the program, and it became one of my favorite activities. What really spoke to me about this fellowship was how immediate the impacts of our actions were. Instead of hosting fundraisers for charities, we actively sought out injustices in our community and brainstormed ways we could help those affected. One of my favorite examples was from last year, when we painted the house of a recently released female incarceree. It was incredibly rewarding to visibly see the difference I was making with every brush stroke, and the home I was helping to create for someone else. Another valuable skill taught to me by the Social Justice Fellowship is leadership. Not only do we have to engage in community service activities, but we also have to lead our own project. Banding together with my peer Sarah Schulman, we co-captained our own Mitzvah Day project to bake, decorate, and donate hundreds of cupcakes to homeless shelters and children with cancer. Through this experience and a lifetime of role models from my family to the staff and clergy at Temple, I learned crucial leadership skills, the importance of collaboration, how to effectively plan, and most of all, compassion combined with action. As I now transition to the next stage of college, the next stage of my life, college, I come to realize that the immeasurable value of my journey at Temple Beth Shalom. As a child, Temple Beth Shalom was the perfect garden, nurturing my passions and allowing me to blossom as a curious and caring individual. As a teenager, Temple Beth Shalom provided me with the opportunities to begin defining my values and who I am, grow as a leader, and explore in depth my love for community service. I am eternally grateful to Temple Beth Shalom and especially all the teachers, rabbis, and staff that have made my journey possible.
It is now my honor to invite up Grant Rothbart.
Hello, I'm Grant Rothbart. Hi, Grant. Hi. My time at Temple Beth Shalom has been somewhat more inconsistent than my fellows and not as extensive, but still very, very meaningful and very important to me. And I've gained so much from the experience. It's been a way for me to continue my Israel education and learn about my own Jewish identity and history. And I've had a great social experience, reconnected with a childhood friend, that one, and made many other friends who, even though I don't really talk to much outside of Temple, I'm always very excited to see, and I feel like I know well and I connect with. For much of this year, I've been coming to our fellowship meetings a little early to do some homework, and every time I showed up out of context, I've been welcomed with an incredible amount of kindness and hospitality. So I'd like to just thank Temple Beth Shalom and everybody here for making an environment that provides wonderful travel, social, and learning opportunities, and a place of community that I feel comfortable and I'm happy to be here, and that I identify with.
Next, we have someone that has recorded a video for what I said was the only acceptable excuse. For example, 2 of our 5 had graduated this morning, but they're still here, but the only acceptable excuse for why she's not here is because she is at the Taylor Swift concert in Boston. So we are going to get her on the screens here, Sarah Schulman, and she'll have a few words to share with us, pre-recorded.
Hi, I'm Sarah Schulman, and I have been part of the temple since I was born. Rabbi Pomerantz was at my baby naming, I did Tot Shabbat every Saturday, and a few years ago I had my bat mitzvah and confirmation. Needless to say, the temple has always been a big part of my life. However, it has meant more to me in recent times than ever before. My confirmation year was during COVID, so all of our meetings were over Zoom. This could have been dull and boring, but our cohort was always interested and we had awesome discussions. I'm so thankful for those weekly meetings. Some of those people stand in front of you today. Hi, Max, Noah, Adriana, Grant. I'm sorry I couldn't be there celebrating with you guys. And for the last 2 years, I've been part of the Justice League Fellowship, which has been truly transformative. I have learned more about myself and my community and feel more prepared to go into college and all the next stages of life. I also leave knowing I made a positive impact on those around me. And of course, I must talk about our trip. If no one else has mentioned it yet, we traveled throughout the South learning about civil rights and Judaism and how they interconnect. It is probably the most meaningful experience of my life. I learned so much and was made even more aware of my privilege and gratitude for those who came before me, and I vow to continue their fight until we live in a more just world. I also worked as a teacher for JLab on Saturdays with kindergarten and first graders, and I am so glad to be a part of their journey at the temple, and I hope they grow to get as much out of it as I did. Lastly, I want to share one of my fondest memories, which I am sure will stay with me for a long time, and truly shows the depth of the care and love that comes from the clergy and all the staff here at Beth Shalom. On that wonderful Justice League trip, we went to a bar/club on the iconic Beale Street where Noah and myself learned to dance from Rabbi Sinakor to the beat of Rabbi Loibin's epic drum playing. I'm not sure you could find cooler rabbis anywhere. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, we have our Beshti, our youth group president, here to share some words as well as receiving his award for the Rabbi Leon Kronish Award. Maxwell Weisenfeld, I invite you to the bima.
Shabbat Shalom. Good evening, everyone. It is with a sense of privilege and joy that I reflect on my time spent at Temple Beth Shalom during my pivotal high school years. Compared to other years, our grade has few active members. However, I found that our small cohort has only amplified our connection, transforming us into a close-knit group. Our journey began in confirmation. I still remember the anticipation of the first day, sitting in the lobby waiting for each face to appear. Sarah, whom I hadn't seen for a year since Lehrman, walked in and instantly conversation flowed. The moment Noah arrived, despite the years after TBS preschool, our bond reignited. In the past 2 years, I've also had the privilege to be a part of the Israel Fellowship. Last year, we journeyed to Chicago. What made it memorable wasn't just the city's charm, but the camaraderie and bonding we experienced as a small, close-knit group. This year, our tour of the South mirrored those same connections, reinforcing our shared experiences. Furthermore, serving as a board member and current president for Beshti has been a rewarding part of my high school journey. Whether it was through charity work like Give Kids the World in Orlando or lively events at Topgolf or Benihana, the connections we forged were indelible. But what stands out most for me about TBS is the sense of connection, this community that it fosters. To me, TBS is more than just a place. It's a feeling of home, a sanctuary where connections are kindled, rekindled, and cherished. This feeling of profound connection is something I will try to carry with me as I take the next step in the as I step in the next stage of my life at Worcester Polytech. Thank you, Rabbi Loibin, Rabbi Pomerantz, Rabbi Sinakor, Rabbi Davis, Cantor Siegel, Seth Cohen, and the entire Temple Beth Shalom community for the irreplaceable memories, the lifelong friendships, and for always reminding us that no matter where we go, we can always find a place back home at TBS. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Wow. As I mentioned before, this is my favorite service because I just get to quell about these amazing students. As you can see, it's such a joy and a pleasure to work with all of our teens here. And everyone really does give me just a sense of hope for the future of not just Temple Beth Shalom, but the world. And it is now my honor to invite up our youth director, Seth Cohen, who is also who came here as our class fellow, our camp leadership and synagogue professional, wow, I did that without looking, and who has really grown into an integral part of our youth experiences here at Beth Shalom, and he's going to share a bit about one of our programs.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Seth Cohen, for those who I don't know yet. I'm the youth director here at Temple Beth Shalom, and like Rabbi Loibin mentioned before, I am in charge of our Madrichol program, so I just wanted to share a bit about that with you and some of our teens who took part in that. The Madrichol program is our leadership and training program for high schoolers. Our Madrichol play a critical role in our elementary age youth group programming. The Madrichol design, plan, and facilitate our youth group events for our elementary age youth groups, as well as our weekend retreat for 3rd through 5th grade students. Additionally, our Madrichol have taken part in monthly workshops with me, learning about all sorts of different leadership, and communication skills that are not only beneficial to them now, but beneficial to them for the future. The Madrigal program not only provides opportunities for our teens to learn and contribute to their own growth and development, but it also provides teens with an opportunity to give back to Temple Beth Shalom and serve as a role model for our younger students. This year, our Madrigal were Sage Orovitz, our Roche or lead Madrigal, Jack Nelson, Zelma Dofek, Carly Breslow, Emmy Basner, Maya Orovitz, Charlotte Mark, Grace Lindenauer, and Sam Greenwald. To my Madrigal, words cannot express how proud and appreciative I am to each and every one of you. All of your hard work and effort has not only been noticed by myself and Rabbi Leumann, but all our elementary students that you've impacted and connected with through this year. I'm so proud of the leaders that you've become and can't wait to see the leaders that you will continue to be. Thank you for everything. Kol HaKavod and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Seth. And again, he does not just work with the Madrigal, he works with all of our teen programming. So many things that, yes, another clap. I hear all our teens are all super excited, everyone. Seth is always a truly amazing partner and team player, and I really appreciate all that you do. Thank you. And now our fellowships. I'm going to ask that our fellows rise at the end when I say your names in your seats. And we have a special fellowship dinner afterward where we have these beautiful Temple Beth Shalom awards that we will be handing out to each of those who participate in our fellowships. And we have 17 plus 12, 29. I'm a rabbi, not a mathematician. We have 29 amazing teens who participate in our fellowships, and we're going to get a chance to celebrate with them while we have Rabbi Sinekor here this evening. So first, our Israel Fellows. It has been a true pleasure to lead and learn alongside our teens in 11th and 12th grade this year who participated in our Israel Fellowship. They have learned about Israel's rich history and development and taught each other about current events. They also participated last year. I have one returning Israel Fellow, Max, who joined our trip last year to Chicago. I see some Israel Fellows in the crowd who are alum as well. And at the iCenter, and this year we participated in a trip alongside the Justice League to the South, learning about how our history and culture is similar and different from that of Israel. Our Israel Fellows have demonstrated their passion for Israel advocacy and its strong ties to their Jewish identity. And I would like to thank all of them for their engagement in the fellowship and their passion for Israel. And I am certain that they will each represent the Jewish people with pride as they continue to have these extremely important conversations. And I'm just going to ask everyone in the Israel Fellowship to rise, and I will read all of the names of our 2022-2023 Israel Fellows. Maxwell Weisenfeld, Grant Rotbart, Caleb Szymanski, this is not in alphabetical order, obviously, Colton Weissman, Joey Oppenheimer, Jaden Zeitz, Jaden Simpkins, Alyssa Braffman, Ethan Simon, Lauren Hersfeld, Ryan Bienstock, Natanya Rogoff, Sierra Rosen, Riley Rosenzweig, Sarah Ehrlichman, Paul Gould, and Gabriel Levinson. Thank you all.
Our wonderful, amazing Justice League Fellows. I want to say how proud, what a privilege and an honor it has been to study and learn and grow with each of you this past year. The Justice League is an immersive year to 2-year-long experience in which our teens take a deep dive into various social justice topics and hands-on equity work. This year alone, our fellows tackled food insecurity, gender affirmative care, women's rights, Black racism in Jewish space, Jewish disability and awareness, and justice, just to name a few. I think the best way to put it is to share these words one of my teens wrote. This experience has taught me a lot about being grateful for where I am and provided me many opportunities to give back to my community, which I appreciate. Each social justice topic was extremely relevant in today's society, and I will take what I learned with me forever, because the world is full of injustice, and I need to continue to take small actions to repair the world. I am so proud of each and every one of you for all the work you've done in the community and how you've brought that learning back here to our home at Temple Beth Shalom. And so with that, I will share each of your names, and I would ask that you stand. Owen Basner, Adriano Bussell Alonso, Matthew Clark, Noah Cohen, Isaiah Lieberperson, Stella McClaney, Logan Moskowitz, Sasha Rosenthal, Sarah Schulman, who's present in spirit, Aiden Szymanski, Drew Tobin, and Zach Zimmerman. Yeshel Koach.
And it is now my honor to call up members of our Beshti board, as well as Seth Cohen. Beshti, for those of you who've been wondering what I've been saying for basically since I've gotten here, stands for Beth Shalom Temple Youth. And while all of our youth is included, the board does the important work of planning and programming events. If you are on this year's outgoing or incoming board, I invite you now to the Bima. And I would like to first thank, you can come on up. I would like to first thank our outgoing board president under the leadership of Max Weisenfeld. You have done such an outstanding job leading our group through this year, and I want to acknowledge all of the hard work and effort that you have done, and also that you are a legacy. You are my second Weisenfeld in 4 years to be a president, and we are so proud. You have truly gone above and beyond, planning programming, engaging new leadership, promoting our events, and role modeling for all who are here at Temple, and doing it with the best attitude. We're sad you're leaving us, but we're sure that you'll be back soon. And it is now my honor to install our new board, and as you can see, we have quite a large and excited group of teens here who are going to lead us into the future and who just love coming to Temple so much that they want to be here even more, and they want to be the ones planning the events for everyone here at Beth Shalom. So we have for the first time a co-presidency. Only one is being represented right now, but the other one is also here in spirit. It is now my honor to install our new board, President Owen Basner and Zach Zimmerman.
Our new programming vice president is Jack Nelson.
Our social action vice presidents are Matthew Clark and Vanessa Levy.
Our religious and cultural vice presidents are Charlotte Mark and Aiden Szymanski.
Our membership vice presidents are Orly Ressler and Logan Moskowitz.
Our marketing and communications vice presidents are Sabrina Dreyfus, Carly Breslow, and Sasha Rosenthal.
Our Israel vice presidents are Caleb Szymanski and Maya Racklin.
Our 12th grade representative is Colton Weissman.
Our 11th grade representatives are Charlie Reese, Sloan Reese, and Allegra Steen.
Our 10th grade representatives are Emmy Basner, Dana Chop, and Hannah Linder.
And finally, our 9th grade representatives, who are currently in 8th grade and I hope are so excited to join this amazing group of teens, are Kiara Steen, Lexi Weissman, and Naomi Nelson. And as Rabbi Pomerantz mentioned in the beginning of the service, this week is Bamidbar. It opens a new book of Torah, and I would like to bless each of you with the strength and excitement of new beginnings. And as we say when we mark a special time that we have this special new board, we will say the Shehechianu prayer, our prayer for the love and excitement that comes with what is to come, and also our gratitude for reaching this moment in time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Mazel tov.
Hard to believe that these 8th graders are going to be in high school. So before we conclude our service with our concluding prayers, we just have one more tribute. This is what I like to call Erev Rabbi, almost Rabbi, Louisa Sinacor's final Shabbat with us. Some of you don't know this, but last year when we went through the process of seeking a new rabbi to take Rabbi Bear's place, we were unsuccessful. And so we decided to try something we'd never done before, which is to hire a rabbinic intern. So Rabbi Sinacor is concluding her 4th year of rabbinical school at the Hebrew Union College, and she has been with us through the High Holy Days and on a monthly basis, but meeting also with our Teen Justice League more than that when she was here and via Zoom during the month. She has taught, and I'm going to invite Rabbi Loibin to come up and Rabbi Sinacor as well. We have this wonderful song we sing with the kids, and I know our teenagers know it. It's called, I Have a Voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. And when I thought about what I wanted to say to Louisa, I get a little verklempt. You have used your voice in so many powerful ways here at Temple. You've used it to teach. You've used it to really enlighten our teenagers about all of the problems in the world. You've used it to preach, and you have not shied away from difficult subjects. In fact, I think you're drawn to them like a moth to the light. And you have taught Torah to so many of us. Finally, you have used your beautiful singing voice to elevate and enrich us throughout the year. And I know you've really given Cantor Siegel a much-needed break, many, many Shabbatot, and just made us feel so enriched by your presence.
During the Jewish calendar, there are 7 weeks counted between Passover, where we celebrate the bondage from freedom, our freedom from bondage, until Shavuot, which is next Thursday, when we celebrate receiving the Torah and commandments on Mount Sinai. According to Jewish mystics, there are midot, values of positive attitude, associated with each week. And I think that this is the perfect season to celebrate you, as each represent a part of what makes you so special, Rabbi Sinacor. Chesed, kindness. You have a heart of gold, and I know that it will lead your way in life. Tzedek, righteousness. Your natural moral compass will ensure that you make this world a better place, which you have already done so and begun to do so in so many ways with your work with our teens this year and with Mitzvah Day and everything positive that you have added to our community here in Miami. Gvura, strength. You have a strong sense of self, a healthy confidence, a spunky spirit, and you're wise beyond your years. Tiferet, beauty of balance. It's amazing how you can go from cracking up over the many hilarious moments during our time together to seriously engaging in study and life. Netzach, power. You are a natural leader, and we look forward to your leadership as a movement and also your leadership as a human and all that you bring to this world. Hod, thankfulness. We're so incredibly grateful to have had you this year, and I'm personally grateful to have made such a good friend. And finally, Yesod, foundation. We are happy to have been a part of your foundation in your journey as you grow into the fantastic rabbi that we all know you as.
So, Louisa, we have a special gift for you to always remember us, that you may be blessed in all of your comings and your goings. And this is for you, and I know you will cherish it when you see it. And this mezuzah actually has the parchment. You don't have to send us your address. We still know where to find you. And I'm going to invite my colleagues up. We're going to bless you with our community talit. Let's go in the front.
Microphone?
Yeah.
Ready? Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May God's presence always be gracious to you, and may you have the light of that grace around you always.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom.
May God's presence always be with you and grant you a lifetime of blessing. May you bring that blessing to others, as I know you will. And may you feel a sense of shalom, of wholeness and peace, and bring that wholeness and peace to our fractured world. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Mazel tov.
Wow, huh? So much joy and simcha. I'm going to ask you to turn in your prayer book to page 278. As it's already been mentioned, this is the time of the year. It's our tradition to count the days between Pesach and Shavuot. Passover represents the release from slavery, and Shavuot represents the acceptance of a new way of life through the giving of Torah and the receiving of Torah. Page 278, as we recite this blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat haomer hayom Arba'a ve'arba'im yom shehem shisha shavuot u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is the 44th day, making 6 weeks and 2 days of the Omer.
Amen. And we turn to page 282 when we face toward Yerushalayim for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nehemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Please be seated. Our thoughts turn now to those who've departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, We meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember friends and family whose yortzites are being observed and whose names have lovingly been inscribed on plaques which are in our alcove of remembrance. We remember Paul Berkowitz, Morris Blake, Archie Bachner, Dora Esther Fine, Judy Hertzberg, Theodore Kipnis, Robert M. Merritt, Rhoda S. Morris, Robert M. Newman, John Philip Serban, Rita Stein, Martin J. Steiner, Struls Feugenbaum, and Leonard A. Wien. We remember as well friends and family whose yortzites are being observed at this time. We remember Jeffrey Aronow, Miriam Bass, Bobby Bishop, Ellen Jane Chop, Enrique Chudnovsky, James Cobbs, Harry Cohen, Zachary V. Goldman, Eugene Howard, Robert Isser, Norman Lubin, Berta Nevin, Jacob Pardo, Rana Raphael, Samuel Shinensky, Ruth Shinensky, Emil Sinek, William A. Stoller, Selma Weinberg, and Charles Wharton. And remember as well friends and family who've died in recent days, and their families remain in the Shloshim of mourning, in the 30-day period of mourning. Remember Carol Karzan Mandel, Annette Florin, Michael Wagner, Rabbi Harold Kushner, Sandy Jo Gordon, Carla Sternbaum Maldonado, Mark Umlas, Rachel Rose Kane, and Hannah Edelman. And if you're remembering someone at this time, and you're saying Kaddish, you have a yortzeit, you're in a period of mourning, I'll ask you to please rise and mention those names out loud so that everyone can pray on behalf of the people for whom you're praying, and that we'll all join together for Kaddish. Zecher Tzadik Livracha, may the memory of all the righteous be a blessing as we rise and recite with one voice words of Kaddish, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, b'yalma divrah chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon v'yomei chon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'yimeru, amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivarak Leolam Olamei Almaya. Yitbarak V'yishtabak V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitalev V'yitalal Shmei D'Kudusha B'rechu Le'ila Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tush B'chata V'nechamata Da'amiran V'yama V'yimru, amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'asei shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. May the source of peace grant peace to all of you who mourn, comfort all who are bereaved, and send healing to all who are saddened, as together we say, amen. Please be seated, except for Julie Basner, member of our board, who's going to share greetings on behalf of the congregation. And as Julie's coming up, I want to welcome all of you to join us for the oneg, for the reception afterwards, except for those people who have registered, signed up and registered, the members of the fellowship who've signed up and registered for the dinner, which is going to be where, Seth? The dinner's back here. The dinner's in the social hall, and the oneg is in the Welcome Center.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and Mazel Tov to our high school seniors, our teen fellowship members, and our 2023-2024 Beshti board members, and the family of Sophia Shore on her bar mitzvah tomorrow morning. As the rabbi said, my name is Julie Basner, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees, and I'm happy to welcome you all here tonight. I would just like to briefly highlight some of the upcoming events here. Tomorrow, we offer a host of Shabbat morning activities beginning at 9:30 with Torah study. On Wednesday, May 24th, at 4:30 p.m., the Israel Committee presents guest speaker Anna Kislansky. She's CEO of the Israel Movement for Reform and Progressive Judaism. And then at 7 p.m., you're all invited to the Temple Beth Shalom annual gathering. On Thursday, May 25th, at 7 p.m. is our confirmation for our youth. And on Friday, May 26th, temple offices in the school will be closed in observance of Shavuot, but at 9:30 a.m. there will be Torah study. At 10:30 a.m., Shavuot and the Yizkor service, and at 6 p.m., Shabbat services, of course, with a special guest speaker on gun violence prevention. Please check our website, www.tvsmb.org, for the full list of activities and how to participate. That's it for me. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
So we're going to do a little cycle here. We're going to end with where we started. So let's all rise and let's sing together.
Ya na 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 na. Again. Ya na 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 na. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Ya na na na.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.